should not believe that. Hello, this is Melissa Libby, and welcome to Mom Treading Water. When we hear stay-at-home mom, it doesn't seem far-fetched that the automatic connotation is something negative, that stay-at-home moms are always stressed out, they're always tired, they're never put together. And I'm going to admit it. Even in my own content, I have caught myself focusing more on negative aspects of it. And that is definitely not always the case. Sure, being a stay-at-home mom does have trying moments. It is exhausting. It can be stressful. It can be lonely. But there are so many more positive things that can come out of being a stay-at-home mom, both for yourself and for your family. It is definitely not the choice for every family. But I know for ourselves, me being a stay-at-home mom is exactly what we needed. Before we get into that, if this is your first time listening to Mom Treading Water, welcome. Thank you for being with us today. If you're returning, thank you again for this consistent loyalty. It's been such an exciting 10, actually almost 11 months now. Thank you. Please be sure to join us on Facebook under the name of Mom Treading Water, Instagram at Imperfect Mom Treading Water, as well as on TikTok and YouTube. Also, the website is fairly new, a couple of months now. Join our email list at momtreadingwater.com. Please, if you have not already, if you could rate and review, subscribe, and share Mom Treading Water, I'd greatly appreciate it. When you do share, rate, and review Mom Treading Water, you expand the growth, share the message, improve the analytics, and one of the top reasons why Mom Treading Water has been successful. For those who have done that already, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Friends, if you could please go do that, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, done with the business. Let's get to the topic at hand. Stay-at-home mom life. Yes, I will admit, when I talk about being a stay-at-home mom, I am sometimes a negative Nelly. But honestly, the majority is actually a very positive experience. There are ways to feel happy. There are ways to feel fulfilled. It doesn't mean you have to completely lose your identity, but you do need to have a consciousness about it when you're getting ready to take that on. Like anything else in life that means something, you have to be willing to put in the work and be able to change your mindset. These are just a few ways for me how I've been able to be happy as a stay-at-home mom, even with some struggles. Because as we all know, nothing is perfect in life. I always have to remind myself why I became a stay-at-home mom. It was a very conscious choice that we did as a family. And when I reflect upon that and that struggle of what was I going to do? Was I going back to my career? It reminds me, and sometimes I feel like it's half the battle in finding the positivity, that it was the right choice for our family. My son was about 2 months old. We went to a daycare to visit them. They were extremely kind, nice people. I know my son would have been in loving hands. I wasn't ready. The woman who worked there said the exact same thing. She's like, you are absolutely not ready to do this right now. That evening, I woke up in the middle of the night crying, and I told my husband I just was not ready to do that. It didn't feel right to me. And as moms, and as just people, we need to trust our instincts. And I absolutely made me take the right path for our family. It was the right choice for us. I need to also remember to savor the moments that bring me joy. I'm a sentimental person. I like all the little things. So for me to have to share that with someone else, I would have struggled with that. And again, that is just what was for our family, for me as an individual. So I feel grateful that I didn't miss certain milestones in my children's life. Or even simple things like being able to take them to the beach on a Wednesday and play in the water with them, or take them to a library hour, just playing outside in the yard, or doing outside picnics, or looking at the sky and seeing the clouds and deciphering shapes. It was just all those little things that have felt special to me. One that I find very challenging, and I'm still working on it to this day, is that I have to forgive myself when I am an imperfect mom. When I can forgive myself, it does make me happier. It puts an ease at my mind. It helps me relax more. It reminds me that obviously I'm not perfect, nor is anyone else perfect. We're never perfect parents. We're never perfect moms. But when I can learn to start to forgive myself more when I make a mistake, because I make lots of them, it's hopefully teaching my children a lesson about how to forgive yourself, even lessons in asking forgiveness if that's needed. And lastly, and I think for a lot of us, this is probably the hardest, is the importance of practicing self-care every day. And self-care doesn't need to be something that takes you an hour long. It can be just a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, just opportunities to take care of yourself. By taking care of yourself, it does bring a happiness, a calmness. And without that happiness and calmness in your own self, it's hard to project that onto your children. Because I'm sure, just like other parents, when I'm feeling a little irritable or I'm feeling a little on edge, they know it, they feel it. And I feel like my behavior absolutely influences their behavior and their responses. There are a few ways that I hopefully can help some of you with that. One is a journal that's available on Amazon. It's called A Day in the Life of a Stay-at-Home Mom. It gives you an opportunity to record feelings as well as note how you're going to practice your self-care, and also a reverse to-do list so you realize the value you are bringing to yourself and to your family. The second journal is the Mom Self-Love Journal, also available on Amazon. Again, it's another opportunity for you to identify where you're going to practice self-care and acknowledge how you're feeling. Sometimes just identifying those pieces of your life brings a happiness, or at least gives you a starting point on where maybe you need to make some changes or some adjustments to get you to a happier place. All of us need to care for ourselves. It doesn't matter whether you're a mom, a dad, a guardian, single. It doesn't matter what your situation is. We need to care for ourselves. Self-care is not selfish. It's a necessity, because you cannot take care of other people until you care for yourself first. Undoubtedly, I'm a hypocrite about this. I will be the first one to admit it. One of the major benefits that has come from Mom Treading Water is creating my awareness around that. And hopefully that's something I've been able to share with you as well. Because finding happiness, especially as a stay-at-home mom, it is a vigorous day. It can be an exhausting day. It's a trying day. Definitely requires a lot of patience. It is something you have to work at. Anything good in life, it seems like it always requires a dedication. It requires work. It requires an awareness. It's possible. It's absolutely possible. And if you're finding you're just not getting there, that's okay. Maybe that's a bigger sign that you need to get some help, because I know that is absolutely what has happened to me. In a previous episode, I know I've discussed my struggles with depression and anxiety, feeling suicidal thoughts, and it was definitely work. It definitely took some strength, my inner strength, as well as the support of my amazing husband, to get the help I needed. There's no shame in that. Asking for help requires strength. Looking deep within yourself requires strength. Thank you today for joining me on Mom Treading Water. Again, please, if you could, I would greatly appreciate if you could subscribe, rate, review, share Mom Treading Water. It really does mean the world. It absolutely has contributed to the growth of Mom Treading Water. Thank you for doing that. Especially if you haven't joined our Facebook group, be sure to do that. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary, and I think we're going to be doing a little bit of a celebration. Maybe some contests or giveaways. We'll have to see what we come up with. Thank you, friends. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others.